Hi, gang. This is Heather Biederman for Liberty Librarian. How y'all doing today? Woo! It is Thursday. We made it. I was pretty much trying to figure out what to do this week. I mean, I've been kind of obsessed with the news lately, and it got me thinking about, you know, with with the way the world is going and the craziness of the Capitol being stormed. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you. Um, it made me think about privacy issues a lot. And, you know, we live in a crazy world. Hey, Kara. Nice to see you. It's kind of crazy pants, but when the president of the United States gets banned from Twitter and pretty much all social media, they're afraid of him, which, I mean, I get it, but like it just seems crazy. Like I never would have thought, and I mean I'm still processing a lot of it, and I mean take what you will from it, but like man, how much we count on being like connected. Like they could all of a sudden just decide, you know what, Liberty Librarian, you're dangerous. You're dangerous. And we're going to cut you out. And then what would I do? I mean, it just feels like things are kind of weird. Is he back on Facebook? Oh, that dude, such a sneaky guy. I mean, when you're an important political figure with a following, it's very hard for me to imagine how they can keep you off. There's so much money involved too. I mean, he's a rich guy. He has rich friends. I mean, of course he's going to be back, right? And I've been working today, so I haven't been like up on the news. And we're supposed to have a blizzard, like a snowmageddon here in Minnesota again today. So I went out and got bread and milk, as you do. I mean, not like you really need to. I mean, what are you going to do? Make French toast or whatever and eggs. Yeah. You got the trifecta and then you'll be safe. And so that's what we all do. I mean, you live in the North, you go out and you like prepare. You are so prepared. How many people up here have like a blanket in their trunk, road flares, all of that. Kara says libertarians are being banned. LP Ohio State page is being threatened with unpublishing. It is bonkers bullshit stuff going on. And it's targeting groups. If you are not a Democrat, basically you're being targeted right now. Or even just being political is very, very difficult because they don't want any politics speech on social media, which like that's one of the huge things that we talk about on social media every day. I mean, it is very important so we can, talk about issues and make sure that our freedom isn't being taken away, which is right now something we should all be very, very worried about. And this is one of the things that Kara and I were going to talk about on the show yesterday a little more, but we got really we got going about self-care and self-soothing. So watch Sweet Subversives if you're interested in that. But one of the things that Kara had shared with me, and it made me think a lot about what I wanted to talk about today. So I'm stealing a little bit of your ideas, Kara. Let me just show it. Okay, you shared this with me, and we just briefly talked about big screen. From the current slide. Okay, so there's this great tweet talking about leaving big tech, and it made me think about what options are out there. So that way, let's say you get kicked off of Facebook, you get kicked off of Twitter. Where do you go? So, hey, Donald, if you're interested, here's some other options for you, Mr. President, or anyone who gets kicked off, like our fellow libertarians and friends and people who just randomly say the wrong thing at the wrong time and get banned. You never know. So I am in honor of this really great tweet by Daniel Bostic that talks about some options. I'm going to just show a couple of them because I thought that was a really cool idea. Tax head idea. I'm taxing it, Kara. I think it's really good. Um, let's see. Like the first thing I wanted to, like Gmail, a lot of us use free email. I have all the Google stuff. I mean, I admit it. It's just so easy and it's integrated. And I mean, I even got like, you get like all the Googles and yet they track you and there's data. So if you're scared about that, like options are Proton Mail, which I will show you. Like I have a link to it. It's encrypted and free, and this is from Switzerland. There's about 500 megabytes storage, which isn't huge. There's a lot more on Gmail, but they are not tracking your ass. So I'm going to just show that quick. I'm going to stop sharing, and we will go to that tab. It's like all over the place. I need like a person to just show this stuff for me. I need like a tag team person. So Proton Mail, just to show you what it looks like. It's secure. It's based in Switzerland, and they have options. The one thing is it's not a lot of memory, and there's only if you get a ton of email, you're not going to get a lot. I think it was 150 limit a day. So you can't get more. If you get a lot of messages, this isn't going to work for you. So but what I like is that they are really dedicated to having private email. They're not going through your stuff, and it's open source, so it's a good option. And if you are willing to pay a little bit more for your protected email, you can do their plus package, which is £4 a month, and it's like 5 gigs of storage and up to 1,000 messages a day, which is a lot closer to my crazy ass amount of email, so I mean there's professional. So if you have a website and organization and you want to ensure that your email isn't getting looked at by big business and data mined like crazy, because that's what they do. There's no such thing as free. You're paying for it with your information. So you can do that, and I thought that was kind of cool. Another option is one called, I wish I could have like 2 sharing screens open at the same time and I could flip between them. That would be the easiest for me. Would be what's called Tutanota, which is a new one to me. It's a German site, and it's got 1 gig of storage. Let's see if it opens. Am I sharing the correct window though? No, I'm not. Let me switch. I will share it to the Tutanota. It should just know what I want to do. So Tutanota is great. It also has that kind of free encrypted email. And so this is just another option, and they're open source, and you can do it on all of your devices. There's lots of apps that you can use. And they also have some different, ranges of pricing. So like what I thought was good is for the secure mail, and it does come with some other features besides the email, which I kind of like. So they have end-to-end encrypted email storage. Where is the pricing? I thought I clicked on pricing, dude. There it is. And so for $0, £0, they have 1 gig storage and only 1 user and limited search and 1 calendar. So that's kind of cool, I thought. But, you could upgrade if you wanted to have like 12. I mean, that's really cheap actually for premium. It's only like £12, which I think roughly is like $20, $24 a year for an email. So that's not too bad. It's still a gig of storage, but then you get multiple calendars, unlimited searching, inbox and calendar invites. So it's a lot more like your Microsoft and Outlook. So I just thought I wanted to show you some options, because seriously, you are being data mined if you are using the free versions of Google stuff. So it's something good to think about. Another thing is, I love Google Docs. I was an early adopter, but another thing you want to think about is options for Google Docs. And so, like he said in his tweet, CryptPad is a great one. If I click on that and get out of here and go to the CryptPad link, I am like all over the place. This is like, I realize now this is probably like a more intense kind of thing. What I love about CryptPad is it actually has really cool stuff built in. So you can have a rich text document. You can get right into it. You make an account, and it's like building an interface as content, reconstruct. I like it. It just looks neat. So you get right into it. You don't even have to make an account. You can be like a total private person and just write it. But to save it is you're going to need to do that. But it's kind of nice to be able to have the tools here, so you can copy it and paste it into something else if you wanted to, or you just wanted to work for free. It's great, and it's free like Google is free. So I just thought that was cool, because like Google, you still need to make an account, right? They want to track you. And who knew? And there's always been that fear in Google Docs that they're going to own your information. And they have like a presentation and whiteboards and X sheet that's like an Excel file, and you can do polls, which I'm dying to try now because I didn't know they had that. I don't know what Kanban is, but it looks kind of like charts, and I'm just like, oh, I hope it goes fast. Oh no, this is a to-do list. This is kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, is like options of like, you could have like your daily lists and you could check it off when you're done. Like, how cool is that? So that's one I'm actually really excited about, is the all the crypt pad stuff. And let me go back, Heather. Oh, I did close it. That was good. Kanban. Hi, Travis. How you doing? I was actually really excited about that one. I thought that was a great option. And I mean, I'm just like, I want people to know that there's some options out there. Zoho Office is one that I've used before. I don't really like it that much, but it is very comparable to Google Docs. They say that they are very, like Office, like it's like an Office alternative. So I'm going to just show you that one quick, because I mean, I like options, and I've never liked paying for stuff. And I get a lot of stuff through my work as an educator. So it's easy to, am I on the right one? No. Let me get us there. Okay, Zoho Office. I've used the Zoho email, and it's fine. I mean, it's all integrated. You have like a writer, you have like a sheet, so it's like an Excel file. You have a presentation software, mail, project, and you just sign up. And what's kind of nice about it, they say that it's definitely, it's private and free. I doubt it's as private as they say. I still feel like it's been talked about by some of my favorite VPN sites, and I'd say it's definitely a better alternative than Google Docs, but I don't know. I still get that feeling like it's so professional looking, and it's free like this. So, but here's the privacy. We don't own your data, you do. And a lot of sites say this, but I would like to know that they have a no cookie policy. They have the GDPR compliance, which is great. I am happy to see that they talk about privacy as part of their business model. No double dipping, no ad-based business model. I'm like, how do you make money? How do you make money? So some of this, I think it's amazing that it's out there, but I kind of wonder how they make money. So Zoho, that's a great option. I've used it. I don't know why it is. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I like that it's there. It's a little more intense for needing a server, but only Office will replace Office 365 and Google Docs. And that was actually on my list, but I took it off. Like you said, it was a little more intense for needing a server, because I was thinking about putting it on my list, because there's Open Office and Only Office, and they're great options, but you have to install them. And I think that's a big reason people don't go for the software, because I mean, there's a lot. You can go to GitHub, and there's tons of really nice open source free options out there. One of my favorite sites is, and I didn't even include this in any of my stuff that I wrote up today, is portable documents. And I have a portable drive. I'm not going to pull it out right now. It's a teeny little one, and it's got like almost like a terabyte of room on it, and I have tons of apps on it. So if I go to a computer and I want to I have like design software. I have OBS if I want to do like a show and not use StreamYard, I can do that. Um, it has basically, I think, a version of OpenOffice. Um, why is Kara? Why is Trump on Facebook? Did they give a reason? Is that what you're asking, Scott? I'm curious too because I didn't see that. But there are options for doing that. Etherpad is another one. I'm gonna just click. I'm not gonna use my slides as much. I'll just show you the site. What I like about Etherpad. I can share the screen eventually. I just wish I could psychically connect it. Etherpad is cool because it's open source online editors that you can write on. You got to download it. So that's one of the things I'm not as excited about, but it's really super simple and small. So, and there is like a light version. So I think that's one that you can have as a plugin too. So you can use plugins to customize it too. So I kind of love that. And I think that's anything that's open source. I've always been a huge fan of. I think it's kind of the way of the world. We need to have more of that kind of stuff. So I like that one too. The other thing was YouTube videos. Now I have I'm live streaming on YouTube right now, and I love YouTube, but eventually I'm a little worried that YouTube is gonna go like bye-bye because they've made it really tough. Here, I'm gonna pour a drink for myself because I'm like parched, thirsty. So YouTube has been doing some very questionable money grabby kind of things for the content creators, making it almost impossible for anyone to make money using Kara said LP Ohio page was banned from somewhere. I would like to hear about that too. It says LPO and follow them. They're getting a bit out there. Oh, okay. I don't know what was going on with that. Kara is like she knows all the good news. I mean, all the good, I don't know if you call it gossip, but she has her ear to the ground and she knows what's happening. So, and I've been kind of like working all day, so I missed out on everything. Oh man. So, it is very hard to make cash. You are absolutely right, Travis. To even make money as a content creator is almost impossible. I've never been one to think like I'm going to make money doing this. I just like talking. I like to share ideas. And if people are willing to listen to me, it's awesome. Oh, they're threatened with a ban, says Kara. LPO is not banned yet, threatened with a ban, which makes sense. YouTube used to be a cash cow. I mean, seriously. But like if you were an early content creator, you could make a good living doing videos there. And now people are starting to leave and they're looking for different options for videos. And I will admit I'm kind of new to this because I know about like Vimeo and I know that when things were going like hitting the wall, like the shit was hitting the fan with the political groups looking for places to have video, like Pornhub was actually one of the options because they have constantly said that they will not suppress ideas, and it's a place for things to live on. $1 per 1,000 views for a long time. Oh my God. Like that would be so awesome. Some of our videos, like for Sweet Subversives and even my show, like I'm like, that would be so great. I would even like, I could be making tens of dollars. But still, like then you could grow, and then it would be worthwhile because if you start making a little bit of money, then you're like motivated to keep doing good content. I'm gonna grow from there. I love that. So Pornhub, however, I'm not entirely sure how you upload to it and like how you make money on it, but it would at least not be they wouldn't suppress ideas. We wouldn't have privacy issues. You wouldn't have that. However, there's a stigma to having your content on a porn website. Just saying. I can't really imagine getting any academics to want to like watch Liberty Librarian if I was living on Pornhub. They would go, "Is she naked when she's talking about it?" I probably would start making money then, but I'm not going to do it. You got to have some scruples, right? so, so what are the options, Heather? Let's see. I was going to go to Rumble. Let's just click on it and I'll switch to that tab. Rumble actually was kind of new to me, and I'm gonna remove that. Stop and share. I can figure this out. Rumble is actually kind of cool. I'm intrigued by the dog video, the overjoyed puppies first run in the forest. So it like the first page on it actually seems like pretty nice. They have news categories, viral, on the right podcasts. So I mean, I'm actually going to look more into this to see if this could be a place for Freedom Revolution Network or Sweet Subversives. I mean, because like, let's see. Mitch McConnell hates Donald Trump. It does seem very political today. Here's one: Empire Strikes Back. Amazon Empire Strikes Back. Oh man, this is definitely more conservative news. I think that's interesting. So if you're looking for a home for that, it's very cool looking. There are some warthog parents. I'm just going to click and see what the quality looks like because they have editor's choice stuff. And anytime they have something with animals, it's just awesome. And you can subscribe to things like if there's a channel you like, and you can see how much money they're earning it from getting views. So I think what's really cool about that, and it has a good description. I like this. What I'm looking for is they have licensing. Let's see if you have a Rumble account, or you can have embedding, which I think is important to me. So if you want to embed it into a website or link to it, there's URLs so you can like post to your different social media. I think that is quite cool. And if I click it, I'm just going to say,
yeah. Family stopping traffic.
Oh, that is so cute. So Rumble, and you can search in it just like a YouTube. Let's say librarian. Let's see, it's probably some porn thing. Yep. The talking parrot is hilariously training to become a librarian. I think that is awesome. That can be my new my new co-host, Einstein the parrot. I love it. So Rumble, a good option. Did I just close? Did I even show that to you? Rumble. Let me just show it to you again. I probably didn't even show it. Oh, here. This is what it looks like. Rumble, very cool. I like that. It has a cute dog and categories. So, and it looks like you can see that they're earning. So I think maybe content creators are probably doing better. What I'm wondering though, if like getting on this site, if there's a cost to having. Like, oh, this looks kind of cool. There's different channels. So think about Rumble. I think it might be a good option. Natasha is a librarian. Let's see. There's another one I want to show you. BitChute. Let me see. BitChute I don't know as much about. I just think it's kind of neat to see what's out there. So if you do get scared that you get, you could get your YouTube channel cut, and then what are you going to do? Yes, I need to have like another brain so I can like get all of this at the same time and look at chat. BitChute, I don't like the design as much, but I like that it's just easy. It's going. It just looks like it's from 10, 15 years ago in their design. And I don't like the tiny little print on the text. They need to make these icons a little bit bigger, but I like that they have, what is that? I just saw some Star Wars news. Favreau, save Gina Carano. It's kind of neat. Like there's so many different kinds of videos that are out there. And I like this says categories. So if you like do it yourself gardening like I do, you can just go right into these kind of channels. So it's an option. If you're looking for another place for your content to live, and you might actually be able to make a little bit more on your of money on your content, this might be a great resource. And it's like help them grow. BitChute is another option. So there you go. I like that a lot. Let's see. Squirrel equals Star Wars. Star Wars. Like, yeah. Part of me is like, like what was that movie with the balloon in the house that was floating away? It makes me cry every time. But yes, squirrel. Yes, Star Wars. I see Star Wars when I'm looking through a list of things, and it's like, wait, something going on with Star Wars. By the way, speaking of Star Wars, I saw today that the heads at Disney are trying to put a stop to up. Thank you, Travis. You're the best. Um, Disney was trying to put a stop to having more storylines with Luke Skywalker and Grogu, and it's because this is the thing that I'm kind of like. Everyone loved it. Everyone wants more of it. Everyone loves Grogu, Baby Yoda. We want more, but they want to focus on less white patriarchy representing male characters. Even though freaking A, it's what everybody wants is Luke Skywalker training Baby Yoda. Like, what the frick? Like, why can't we have it? Especially if it's so positively embraced, but they don't want it. And so read about that and let me know what you think, because I was just like, come on. And I am one who's like, yes, I love having different kinds of characters. I want like more women in stories, but we doesn't mean we can't have men and we can't have white men ever. I mean, we can have everybody. Let's have everybody, and especially characters that we love. Let's have more of them. Don't take all the joy out of. You want ET to teach Baby Yoda, and like, can you imagine the conversations between ET and Baby Yoda? It'd be like off in La La Land. Like, ouch. And then Baby Yoda would be like crashing stormtroopers together. Ouch. I'm sorry. I so got off track. I am the worst host ever today. The other things that we could talk about is like Twitter, I was thinking like President Don got kicked off of Twitter. So, hey, Don, there's Gab. Gab's another option if you don't like, if you're not able to go on to Twitter. Let me just go right into that and I'll show you. It looks pretty much the same. Seriously. Gab is super similar. It's just a cleaner. I don't want Gab to show me notifications. No, thank you. You create a login just like Twitter, and you get your stream and you can read about what's going on. Oh, looks kind of neat. So there's a lot going on there, and you can search, and there's groups and news and all that. It's kind of cool. And I was gonna show you a Parler, Parler today. And it looks like not only is it like, Amazon has gotten rid of it off of their stores. You can't get it downloaded, but you can't even get on it anymore. I mean, that's kind of bonkers. I think that, what's my favorite Twitter alt? I'm starting to learn Mastodon. Oh, really cool. That is awesome. That is more than I know. Which is not. I got it. I went backwards and I read your comment, Travis. I like it better. That's like Yoda teaching ET how to talk, and then ET, after he learned how to talk, Yoda talking to Baby Yoda. It's like very Inception. Okay. So Parler, I'm not going to show you because I have the app, but I can't even get it to open, so I think it's totally down. I didn't use it very much. I mean, I downloaded everything that everyone's like, you should get this, you should get this, you should get this, you should get this, you should get this. And oh, there, it's open. It's, none of my feed is coming through, but that's what my screen looks like. It's nothing, but it says my request has failed to connect. So the port isn't working. So I think it's totally down. But that was an option up until like a few days ago. So that's not going to work. Another thing instead of Facebook is my new favorite, MeWe, Peewee, MeWe. I need to work on updating our Sweet Subversives page for it, but I do like it a lot. MeWe could be better. It could be better. I'm just going to say it could be better. I got contacts. And you know what I don't like? I don't like that you can't lock it down a little bit. So I'm not a super huge fan. I like to be able to have some privacy. And if somebody's like bugging the crap out of me, I want to be able to block them more. Or have the option to not let just random people like send you messages. That would be great. So I'm working on that. What's this say? Oh, I have new comments. My screen isn't loading right. Oh no, it says there's new comments after this, so I don't know what's happening. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's you. Very nice. Here, I'm gonna show. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna show you my MeWe. And so this is like the Facebook alternative. And what I like about it is you can make your own page. You have chats. Like you have your own stuff. My profile, I'm on there. Heather Biederman, friend me if you want. I don't use it that much because I still am on Facebook. But you can create your little home there. And what I really like is I started working on a Sweet Subversives page there, but I gotta update it. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna open? Open, says me. I don't know. Oh, it's chats. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. There we go. Here's Sweet Subversive. So we made a little page there. Obviously I'm way back because I haven't been updating it, but I got really scared that Facebook was going to get rid of us. And then I stopped worrying for a little bit, but now I'm kind of worried again, as you should. But it's fine. There's a lot of pages there that are, kind of double, you can find similar content there. And I should keep working on that. I really like it for having your community like a safe place. I think we need to have backup options for everything. And as Facebook gets more and more intrusive, it might be the time to start moving to something like MeWe. I'm not totally in love with it. I mean, I used to be on MySpace back in the day. And let's see, people in the nerd community are making fun of Parler for not using redundancy. They should have had Amazon, Google, and IBM. Agreed. It's a good group page. I'd like, I want to do more with it. So I want it to be, home. And I mean, for us right now, Facebook is kind of our home on the internet. But it might not be forever. And I know Kara could probably speak to this too, is that like Sweet Subversives, it's easy to have it on Facebook. I mean, almost all of our audience goes there, but I also have YouTube set up and we get a lot of people through YouTube as well. But what happens if they both go away? It's good to start laying down the groundwork if you're a content creator or whatever, to start building it up and being ready in case. And that's the thing that I don't like about MeWe is like, to make it really awesome, you got to pay. They want, I mean, they're making money. And honestly, when you really think about it, if you really want privacy and you want to make sure that your the resources are great, you're probably going to have to pay. You probably are. And I think that's hard for people to wrap their head around, especially when you're starting out. You're not making any money. You don't have followers. When you start making money, you should totally get your ass into a situation where you are protected. And I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's totally vanilla unless you pay over $5. Is that like a month or a year? It's probably a month because I'm like, oh, that's steep. But then again, like I use StreamYard, and the free StreamYard, you can't put logos on it. And but if you spend $200 a year, you can get the first tier of StreamYard, and you can get logos, and you can get like 3 links. So you can get to YouTube, you can get to Facebook, you can get some, or Restreamio, which is great because that's free and it'll stream to other sites. But you know, the more free you get, the more either technology you have to understand and be able to do it yourself and work around. Because when I first started out, I used OBS and Restreamio, and like we made it work. It was kind of a crappy feed. My internet's not the greatest here, so I mean, like sometimes I'm like, oh, please don't be pixelated. But there are a lot of options out there. One thing I also wanted to talk about was messaging. And I'm not the greatest at messaging, but my buddy Kara got me onto this. And there's Signal, and Signal, it's works best. It's on my app on my phone, so I'll find it. I don't even know if I have any messages because I don't even know if anybody's sent me anything. I'm the worst at checking some of these apps. So, yep, you can message a friend. I mean, like I have it, so you can have your Signal. I can't even tell if you can see it. There it is. So Signal's on there, and you can have group calls, and it's encrypted, and you do it by your phone number. And I think that's kind of cool. I know I'm not much of a phone person, Travis. Everybody. I always turn off my ringer. I love text. Text me. That's great. But if you want to talk to me, no, I always have it off. I always miss calls. My husband Andy is like actually really good about it, and he's new to having a phone. We just got him a phone like about a year and a half ago, and now he's the one to call because he'll always have it on. I get sick of getting interrupted, and I think like if I keep getting calls and stuff is going on, I can't focus, and I like to not have that. But I think that because I get scared that everything's going to go away. I don't know why. I mean, like, is it really going to go away? Maybe, maybe not. I think there's always going to be like, like right now it's definitely a liberal agenda. So if you're a liberal, you're always probably going to have access to Facebook and YouTube and all of these, and you're never going to lose sleep. But if you're a content creator who has anything other than a pure liberal attitude or mindset, you never question any of the status quo stuff, you could get cut. I mean, you could just say the wrong thing at the wrong time and you can get cut. It's canceled. What would you do? Especially if this is your main livelihood. You don't know. Red button, David. Oh my God. So Telegram is another one. Let's see. Do I have that one? I think I do. That was one I just downloaded the other day too, because everybody's like, you should get this, you should get this, you should get Signal, you should get Telegram, you should get Parler. And I download them all, and I didn't hardly ever use them. But I figured you download them before they get cut out of the store, just like TikTok. And now I never use TikTok because now it's fine. Where was I looking for? Telegram. There it is. It looks like a paper airplane icon. Yeah. So I have that too. That's what that looks like. So it's kind of awesome. That one I think I'd use more. I think a lot of it, you just have to keep having friends get it, give you, if you message and you use it, you'll keep using it. I mostly use Messenger, my Facebook Messenger, for that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to have to, there used to be a way to connect all of them. And I think now it costs money to connect everything. It's like Hootsuite. If I could find a good app that would make it so you could connect like your Facebook Messenger, your phone, text, everything all in on one app. That would be like my ultimate app because then I would miss stuff. Okay, so if you have like suggestions for that, let me know because I actually really do want to know. Okay, we're getting to the end of this. What else was I gonna do? I think the other one I was gonna show you is DuckDuckGo, which I actually use. It is my home. It is my browser search. Although I use Google search all the time too, because I think you get different stuff with different kinds of search engines. So just to show you what that looks like. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So DuckDuckGo, really easy, plain. I like the guy in the bow tie. And like, okay, so let's see. Libertarian Party. I just type that, what comes up? So you get the party of principle. And what I like about DuckDuckGo is that actually it says it right in the thing. It's privacy simplified. You get privacy to your inbox. You can protect your devices. You can help people get it, and you can donate to them for privacy. They have over 64 billion anonymous searches, and I really like it. The only problem is some of the features aren't quite as awesome as Google. Come on there, let go. And but they do have stuff like maps. And they have their own map search. So if I do search for Libertarian Party, I can go find the Party of Virginia. However, if you did this on Google, you'll find there's probably a lot more population in their searches. So it's not as huge as Google, obviously. But what I like is the LP showed up at the beginning, and they have like the platform taxes, like their issues, what they believe in, and on the right you can see who the chairperson, secretary, and when it's founded, all their sites. So I think it's a really great searching engine for you, and it's very clean. And look, I mean, just like no ads, recent news, super clean. I love that. Whereas, if I instead, if I search for Google in DuckDuckGo, it's kind of funny. You just go to there, so I don't have to get a new tab. So this is Google Libertarian Party. Okay, very simple. You have like the Libertarian Party comes up the top, so it's very similar. They talk about the founder, but they don't have anything like links to the social media. They don't have who the current chair is. You see a little bit of some of the questions that people commonly ask, their Twitter, but then you scroll down. This one's kind of weird because I did a political search, and usually I see way more ads. So if I just did pillows, now best pillows to buy, you'll see in it where I can buy them because they really want you to go out and buy stuff. And you'll see popular products, and then they start recommending stuff to you. So you see more kind of ad related, like why does Amazon show up at the top? Why does Target show up at the top? Because they are big money, and images and articles about pillows. So you see, DuckDuckGo it's definitely, yes, LPM needs to suggest their site to DuckDuckGo. I do agree. What is Wicker Me? Very encrypted talk and text. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, I like it. Where's the My Pillow ad? Right? Didn't that guy, the guy who did the My Pillow, didn't he die or something? There's some controversy around that. Oh, that's interesting stuff. So there are a lot of options out there. I'm going to just see if there's anything else I wanted to make sure I showed you. Instead of Chrome, there's @Brave. That's the last one. I promise. I use Chrome. I hate to say it. And the reason I use Chrome is because I go between my work computer and my home computer. And Oops, I'm gonna take down that. Sorry. I go between sites a lot and I like to bring everything with me. However, I'm getting more and more into the feeling that Brave would be a great alternative. So it stops online surveillance, loads content faster, and uses 35% less battery, which is a huge deal. Like when you're using like you don't have access to like electricity or you're on your phone and Chrome is a memory suck. So it takes your battery down. And it has built-in firewall and VPN, which I think everyone should have. Everyone everywhere should have. So this is what I'm actually going to look at. I might test it and let you know. But let me know if you've tried this or if you have other options that you think are better than Brave. I'm thinking about going to it just because, I have so much stuff on Google. It would be nice to have some different options. So you can use Chromium, non-Google flavor browser. I'm going to have to try that. Chromium would be very good. So, I mean, those are your options. Thank you. I like that. Edge is using Chromium too. I'm going to have to try that out. I think, honestly, we live in a world where we all kind of just do the same thing as everybody else because it's easy and your friends all do it and they tell you, like, you should use this. Okay. And I I get used to using something and change is hard, but you know what? They're data mining the hell out of you. You should at least give yourself some options on some of these. Privacy is important. It always should be in your mind. And you might not have options. You could be like Donald Trump and get like cut off from all the internet in the world. And then what do you do? Um, use some of these options because they're not going to care who you are, and then you can still have a voice out on the internet because nothing's worse than being the voiceless lost person. Oh, I love me some Brave, says Jake Leonard. Content creators can accept bat donations. Oh, that's freaking cool. Yes. So there you go. A highly positive review from Jake. Thank you. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see if it works for me. Why not? Oh my god, I'm running out of time. I started a little late, so I might go a couple minutes over. So the intellectual freedom news this week, I will say that I've been kind of obsessed with the stuff in the news about the Capitol insurrection. I love that word, but it seems extreme considering most of the people were having a leisurely tour through the facilities, except for those that got shot and were breaking stuff. And that's what everybody focuses on. But I'd say when you look at things, the majority are people just probably walking through and like going, ooh, we can go in here. You get the mob mentality and everybody kind of goes along with it. I don't say it's right and it is against the law to trespass, but I also think that a lot of the people that were there didn't really think that far. So I don't think most of them are evil. They just believe what they believe. So, I definitely don't like violence. I'd say that peaceful protests should always be protected, and I hope they don't use this situation to make it impossible for everyone to protest and have um, to gather and to go against evil things that are happening in the government because everyone has a right to their opinion and to um, peacefully gather. And I have this feeling that they're going to use this to make it so we can't peacefully gather. So be careful, be watchful on that. Okay, I keep going off. Blah, blah, blah. I was just talking about censorship and everything, and it makes me crazy. WhatsApp app gives users an ultimatum: share the data with Facebook or stop using the app. I would say just stop using the app. The consumer privacy legislation is expected in the Florida legislature right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Gosh. Here is one I wanted to talk about today was how employers use technology to surveil their employees. So It's something that I think out. I work for the state, and I know a lot of people work for big companies that are always like a big brother kind of watching you. There's an article in Brookings in their tech tank section, which I thought was pretty good. Everyone knows about keylogger software. There was a Indianapolis store operated by GF Fishers that didn't tell their employees, but they did keylogging software, and they um, looked at everything on the store's computers, and it was recorded characters typed on business machines. So this woman named Lisa Renee, who worked there, used the store computer to check her personal email and bank account. And through the installed software, a company employee discovered her personal passwords and used that information to look at her private emails and financial accounts. So, anytime you are intruding on people's privacy in your own businesses, realize that there are human beings that may be using it for evil purposes. Do you trust everyone that works in your IT? Do you trust everyone? Do you trust yourself not to look at their personal information? And I think that is something that we need to be thoughtful about, is that there are a lot of intrusive workplace surveillance practices going on right now in the United States. Keylogger is just the tip of the iceberg. They have video surveillance cameras put in a lot of workplaces to make sure you're working. Sometimes they track physical movements through your geolocation software. They can have like a company app that you put on here to like check on whatever, and they can track your movement. They can compile lists of your visited websites and applications. They can monitor your emails, social media posts, and collaboration tools. They can compile productivity data on how you are spending your time and how long it takes to finish tasks. So, with more people working remotely at home, this doesn't mean that it's not happening. It means that the lines are blurred even more, because sometimes you'll be like using your computer and you go, oh, I better check on my doctor's appointment quick to make sure they didn't reschedule it. And so now you're doing personal stuff on your work computer. So companies most companies don't give that much of a shit on like little things, right? But you know um people have weird things with productivity. Like when you're working at home, you might be working at 2 in the morning, so it might not be like 9 to 5. So it's really hard to fit people into that box of what is appropriate and what isn't. So the things like keylogger software, you can actually check to see if that's happening. Although um, some of the really sneaky ones, they have it on the back end on their servers, so it might be very hard to see. But a lot of them are using keylogger software on company equipment. So I work in education, so it's less likely, but I do know that in the past, I've seen situations where employees were caught looking at porn in like really weird places. And I know that the IT people were able to tell what they're looking at. So if you think that you are hidden, you are not. The attention tracking stuff is more disturbing. It's like using your webcams on your computer to see if your eye movements, your body shifting, your facial expressions. Are you paying attention? You know, that's another reason to get something that covers up your webcam if you don't have something that shuts it. When I'm not using it for doing a show or a Zoom meeting, I shut it. Shut it all the time because you need to have privacy. Microphones are also a problem because they can listen in on you. The email and social media, the collaboration tools, there are so many ways that they can spy on you. What I think is important is workplaces should have what they're doing written up, make it obvious. If they're going to spy on you, they should tell you. There should be clear rules on internal data sharing and external disclosures. Um, you should have limits on storage time. If you're collecting data on employees, they need to say, we're only keeping it for a certain amount of time, especially with sensitive information. And I think that governments should go against data gathering on employees. And there should be privacy protections for everyone. So this should be a norm in the workplace. And because of COVID, we need to really look at microphones are always on. That always freaks me out. And IT guys hearing it's a hiring people that will respect privacy, because there's, I'd say 90% of the guys that I know in IT are awesome people and they would never think of doing that. But there's always a few out there who are like, hey, let's see if there's some dirty pictures out there. It's terrifying, and I get it. But one of the things I do think we need to do is to look into laws that protect employee privacy as well. There needs to be a balance. So if you're a business owner, think about, I know there's a fear that people aren't doing the work, but set benchmarks for getting things done. And if people are meeting those, don't worry about spying on them. Don't worry about like looking through their cameras. Don't worry about it, because if people are hitting their benchmarks and getting things done in a timely manner, who cares what they're doing as long as they're getting you the outcome. Focus on outcomes, don't focus on how they do it. It's like the old mentality of that you have to work from 9 to 5, and you might get all your work done in an hour. You might get all your work done in 10 hours, and it might be just in the middle of the night when you're more productive. Employers need to stop this mentality that you need to be there and be super attentive and work, because that's not how people are anymore. And they never were that way, honestly. So think about that. Oh, what else was I wanted to share with you? Oh my God, I'm over. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. If you want more intellectual freedom news, please do go to the American Library Association intellectual freedom webpage. They have so much news there. And I just went off and off about, privacy software, which is basically intellectual freedom. But think about how crazy this world is how important social media is as a tool to reach out to people. It's a voice. It motivates people to do crazy things. And it's a powerful, powerful thing. And how powerful it is that it can be taken away. So look into the options now and play around with them. See if they work for you. It might be a good time to start protecting your privacy a little more, because we're getting into 1984 territory right now, kids, and it's a little scary. So, yes, comment redacted. I just feel like we need to be very careful. So, on that note, I hope you all have a great week. I love getting to talk to you all. You guys are the best. I'm fascinated looking at Travis Mitchell showing up on my both on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm like, he's everywhere. Are you a bot? That's awesome. I love that it's everywhere. So have a great week, kids. And I will see you next week. And stay private, stay safe, and don't let the censorship monsters get you, because we have a voice to be heard. And I love you, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.